Turning to a new legal headache for citizen Donald Trump. Two Capitol Hill police officers now suing the ex-president. They allege he caused the January 6th riot, and they're taking him to court. The officers are seeking damages for their injuries. They cite Trump's words to allege he, quote, inflamed, encouraged, incited, directed, aided, and abetted the insurrectionist mob. That's the case. It's straightforward, and we're joined now by Renato Mariotti, a former federal prosecutor. Do they have a strong case in civil court?
Well, they have some really great things going for them, Ari. First of all, jurors are going to love these plaintiffs. There's no one that's going to question whether or not, for example, the officers were actually injured here, whether or not they have standing, that sort of thing. They also, I think there's a very good argument to be made that Trump was behind this riot, this insurrection at the Capitol. I think the real question is going to be, was it foreseeable to Trump that there would be some violence and altercation towards these officers? So I think that is going to be the question. Was he directing the mob to do that? And that sounds like a fact question to me, which is a very good thing for these officers, because that might get them past a motion to dismiss and get them into discovery.
Yeah, as you say, that they've got hurdles to clear, but they are very relatable plaintiffs. If you are a plaintiff that seems like you're inserting yourself, or to use the colloquialism, ambulance chaser, that can play very differently than when you're a public servant, showed up to work to do your job, and found the president, as they put it, had incited a mob to come get you. Here's how some of these officers describe what those MAGA fans were like that day.
They were screaming out, kill him with his own gun. At that point, it was just like self-preservation. How do I survive? I just remember yelling out that I have kids.
He was able to rip away my baton and beat me with it, and he was practically foaming at the mouth. These people were true believers in the worst way.
If I can imagine what war is like, I would imagine it was like that. I said to my friend, "Is this America?"
Those are some of the officers who have spoken out and answered interview requests. These are different officers, though, but Renato, could they end up getting their day in court to make those claims under oath against the former president?
Well, sure. And if I was on the defense side, I would not want them to get to trial, right? A jury is going to want to reward those officers. They're going to want to compensate those officers for what they went through. There can be no question whatsoever that they were injured. And so I also have to think that Trump is not going to want to have discovery, is not going to want to sit for a deposition. And this really seems to me like the sort of suit that is going to potentially force a favorable settlement on behalf of the officers.
Wow, I'm running out of time, but you think that the legal advice Trump may get is to pay these officers rather than have a full trial?
Yeah, I don't think you're going to want to fight this out in discovery. Could you imagine the deposition of Donald Trump on this subject? I think we'd have a lot of segments on this program about it. That's for damn sure.
Fair enough. Renato Mariotti, with your perspective, always good to have you back on the beat, sir. Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.